Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of You're So Worth It. My name is Tim.
And my name is Terry.
And we're honored to be back here again, trying to make a difference in lives and people who struggle. We've been given a wonderful gift, not only through education, but through our own personal experiences. And I'm an addictions counselor. Terry is a MSW, and we're very, like I said, we're very grateful to be here and sharing our experiences with you. So with that being said, Terry, what's our topic today?
Our topic for today is motivation. I picked this topic because I also work with a lot of teens, and I know that they struggle with motivation, and also the time of the year now. A lot of us have set these New Year's resolutions, and now it's, are you starting to fail already? Are you still motivated? And some barriers. So we kind of have the trend for today is looking at the reasons that we fail. We're going to kind of touch on each one and then give you some, supports on each one at the end. And the first one is the goal is too big. So you want to talk about that one, Tim?
Sure. There's so much of what we do and how we operate it's based on programming. It just is. And if we had very demanding parents, if we had very critical parents, if we had, you can do better than that parents, authoritarian parents, there's so many different categories that get a person to the point where it's difficult for them to get motivated because they've lost their motivation because they've set these goals so big, so difficult to obtain. More than once, and in that more than once, they lack that motivation because every time I've done something in the past, I failed at it. So they base what's going on now in their past, and that's where the fail, sort of say, comes in because what we're doing today and how we're responding to things today has nothing to do with what happened in our past. I mean, gosh. If we attempted things in the past, or the great inventors in the past, with all these fails that people have, everybody just gave up. So, sometimes the goals can be just too big.
And we will talk about what you can do if that's the case. The second one is that there's no support system, and I'll touch on that one a little bit, meaning that, you don't have somebody supporting you along the way. A lot of times it's good to if you have a goal you want to reach and someone else has the same goal, like you're going to hold each other accountable, you're going to call each other every morning and make sure you get to the gym, or, you're going to talk about your diet together, or you're going to talk about, quitting smoking or whatever it is that you want to do. If you have somebody going along with you, going through the same experience, sometimes that's great, but you don't always have that, right? You might be in a negative situation and there's not a lot of support. And we'll talk about how you can get support other than, just people. You can educate yourself. If you want to do something, the first thing is educate yourself on the topic. The internet, everything's out there, books, people, self-help. So there are ways to have a support system just by educating yourself where you don't really even need anybody else there. So that's kind of that one. The third one we have is this all or nothing kind of attitude that people get when they're trying to achieve or motivate themselves. So that's a Tim topic, I think.
All or nothing, that's typical addict thinking. It's typical dysfunctional thinking. And obviously all these ingredients are adding to lack of motivation. So I'm either all in or I'm all out. If I look at that what I just said, all in or all out from a number, like you got the like the dials on a guitar or an amp or some type of dial, that has 0 through 10, and that's what it's all or nothing. I'm either all in or I'm all out. I'm never on a 5 or a 6. So when you listen to the videos like this, when you start seeking other avenues, because you can only make a decision based on what you have, not what you don't have. So, how do I find that 5 or 6? So we've created these belief systems over time. We've kept the agreements with these belief systems over time. Well, I can over time choose if I want to sit at a different table, sort of say. You know, this table over here is the all or nothing table. This table here is the table of balance. This table over here is, you know, is it a fail or was it an opportunity for you to learn through the experience? So, yeah, that all or nothing is, if I stay away, then nothing will be expected from me and I can't fail. And if I do, since so much depends on this and my status and my well-being, and I go into something with this black and white thinking, this all or nothing attitude, I can't focus on much. I'm focusing on the finish line, but not what it takes to get there.
I totally agree with that. Number 4 is undeserving thoughts, and I'll touch on that one. And it's really kind of thinking about, you know, you want to achieve this goal, but deep underneath it all, you really don't feel that you deserve it. You know, from some, again, past experiences, maybe somebody told you something, or, you know, just some reason that you feel you're undeserving. Or even the mind starts playing tricks on you. When you tell your body or mind that you can't have something, and almost you start craving it more. Like, okay, so you're going to cut out all sweets, and then the next day you just really want some candy. You really want sweets because you've told yourself you can't have any. So there's ways to approach that undeserving thought thing, and especially I think about this with dieters, and it's easier to say to yourself, I deserve better than I don't get any. So, you know, if that's, you know, high, sweet, not healthy meals coming your way, instead of saying, oh, I can't have it, you can start changing your thinking to, I deserve better. And it's those little tiny tweaks that we can do that can help us get rid of that. You know, it's not that you can't have it, it's that you deserve better because you want to take better care of yourself. And that can work with smoking, eating, all kinds of different things. So it's, you know, reprogramming your thoughts, which is a big part of all of the self-help things. So we've kind of put together a challenge for you for this week. And the first thing is to set your short-term goal, the whole one day at a time, and living in the moment, thinking about that instead of thinking about, you know, this huge thing, I can't accomplish it. You know, we should do a whole thing on living in the now because that's a really good motivational piece. Don't give up. You want to talk a little bit about not giving up and how your failures can really become good things?
Yeah, well, your failures are your opportunities, and it's just, you know, I don't see any fail in attempting something. But, you know, it's just part of the processing, it's part of the programming, it's part of what's been downloaded. You know, just because I don't accomplish what I set out to do or whatever the case may be, you know, we automatically go back to fail. And where is the fail in trying? I've yet to have anybody explain to me properly the fail in trying. There's no fail in trying. You know, if anything, fail. If you like acronyms, I love acronyms because it's a very simple way to change the conversation, and some acronyms just stick with us. And fail for me is a first attempt in learning. So is it a fail or is it a learning experience? And that's the gift to you, because through experiences we can be the best version of ourselves. So it's all about choice. It's all about what the conversation you're having. What table are you sitting at? Who are you going to stick around? You're going to stick around with the winners, and then you'll be a winner in more ways than one. If you want to stick around with the people that complain and contemplate and believe they're failures, they'll never amount to nothing. Oh, don't do that. It's all up to you.
Which brings us up to number 3, which is believe in you. And it's really, you know, you can do it. You can do anything you really set your mind to with a lot of things in place. But it's constantly reminding yourself that, you know, you really have the mindset to control your life and nobody else can. It's really in your hands what you do with your time, what you do with your life. I mean, I know there's some circumstances that we don't pick and control, like our parents and some of those things where we live and different things, but ultimately you can control your attitude, you can control how you approach things, and you just have to start believing in yourself. And I think that's a really big one.
And you can choose how you respond, too.
Choose how you respond to it. And number 4, surround yourself with positivity. And again, sometimes There's situations where you can't exactly do exactly what you want in a situation, but you can control how you react to it, and you can start reaching out and making those changes. So that's kind of our challenge for you this week.
I just wanted to say too, it's an honor for me to be available, and I always am. I've been receiving, it seems like more emails every week the more we do these videos. So again, I will say, please, if you need to email me, please email me. It's Tim Roberto, addictioncounselor@gmail.com. Terry, because why do we want people to email us?
Because you're so worth it. Have a very motivating week.
Yep, God bless you.